LSU lost at Missouri, 45-41. I don't view this game as being particularly worth breaking down from an intrinsic box score point of view. It was a mess. LSU is just a mess. And Connor Bazelak is the quarterback at Missouri that we thought was going to play the entire game against Tennessee. When we took a flyer on Missouri and the points, we thought Bazelak was going to play the whole game, and we thought he was good enough to hang with Tennessee. They didn't do that. They did more than hang with LSU. Defense getting zero pressure for the Tigers. And, afterwards, I was reading some of you guys talk about, and I was reading some of the beat writers who cover LSU talk about what Bo Pelini didn't do. So Bo Pelini's under a lot of fire right now because their defense is non-existent outside of playing Vanderbilt, who makes everyone's defense show up. And a lot of people were talking about, well, he brought 4 early and he couldn't get pressure, so why didn't he bring this and why didn't he shift that? And here's what I would humbly suggest. It's not like I'm running the Bo Pelini fan club here. I find it very hard to believe that Bo Pelini stood there and watched that happen and never thought to himself, we need to do something different. Here's what I think. What I think is they don't have players who are prepared. I've said this several times now. They do not have players who are adequately prepared. You can blame a whole litany of people for that. You can blame the head coach for it. You can blame coordinator. But there's a difference in a coordinator who has decades of experience under his belt. There's a difference in what he has in his head versus what a player has in their head. Because if the guy with all the years of information in his head cannot put that information in the player's head, it doesn't matter what the coach knows. If the players are incapable of carrying it out, you have a different set of issues. I would be highly shocked if Bo Pelini didn't think at any point yesterday, we need to bring this pressure package or that pressure package. What he probably did was he said, I got a very limited, here's my defensive playbook. There's like 20% of it that we're probably at a position where these players are prepared to run. So there's a lot out here in this gray area, but I can't call this. They don't even know what that is. That's kind of the way I watch LSU, and I think they're at right now. That's what they feel like to me. So Ed Orgeron was kind of like Dan Mullen after this one yesterday. Orgeron was a lot more blunt in saying, we got to make changes. Everything's going to be on the table. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? We said at the time in the offseason, when this man kept talking about Dave Aranda, and Dave Aranda's gone and Bo Pelini's in, and he was adamant. He kept saying, we are going to be in a much better position defensively this year than we were last year. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I had my doubts, but I was going to give him benefit of the doubt because the guy was right all of last year. But you got to look around now, and you got to ask yourself, what was he seeing? What could he possibly have been seeing? Because there's no way they were better then than they are now. So what was he seeing? I have no idea.